Welcome to a special construction edition of SAC News. We are here on main campus for a special report. I'm Kevin Soberanis.
And I'm Katie Licari. Thank you for joining us.
Students are certainly being affected by all the work done at SAC. The project has taken down many of the trees, benches, and areas students used to go to for lunch, meetings, or simply to relax after a hard day in class. The work has also forced students to take alternative routes to and from class. Because of this, students often run into dead ends and have to plan extra time to get to class. Some students say the construction, noise bleeding into the classroom can also be a distraction.
Like my extra 5 to 10 minutes ahead because of the construction, and you never know if they change the route or whatnot as construction has progressed.
I don't like it. It interrupts my school schedule. I have to get here earlier because I have to go all around just to get to my class.
Some students say the construction, noise bleeding into the classroom can also be a distraction.
If you're one of the students who's getting lost in the shuffle of barriers and walls, there is help. The school has placed a number of signs around campus to direct students, but if you log on to the school website, you can find a digital map of the campus. The map shows all the accessible routes, as well as some alternative pathways, and will steer you clear of dead ends. The map is updated regularly as different phases of construction begin and end throughout the campus. Go to sac.edu from the homepage and click on Maps for this handy resource.
To help us understand what all this construction is about, and more importantly, when will be done, we welcome Assistant Vice Chancellor overseeing facility planning and district construction, Carrie Matsumoto. Thanks so much for accompanying us.
Sure, thank you.
Measure Q funded these projects. Can you explain how that works?
2012, the voters of the community actually passed a bond measure called Measure Q in the amount of $198 million. And so what that does is that allows the district and the college the opportunity to finance construction and renovations over a long period of time through the taxes that are passed through through the property owners who pay taxes in the particular district that the college is in.
Makes so much sense. So Carrie, what would you say was the overall plan for the construction?
Well, there's a lot of projects that we're currently working on. You probably see a lot of that right now on campus. The one major project we have going on right now is the Central Plant Infrastructure Project, which is an entire underground utility infrastructure replacement on campus. And so as you can see, that actually poses several challenges with all of the construction in and around the campus, trying to replace every single utility line that exists on the campus, and then also providing a central plant which will hopefully provide some additional cost savings in terms of energy, providing cooling to the buildings, providing that chilled water loop. That's the new utility line that's going in around campus along with all the other utility lines. We've also been building a new electrical building, which you see along Campus Road on the interior of campus. So that is the first major project in the Measure Q program that's currently underway right now. The other two major projects that we're working on is the Johnson New Student Center, as well as your new Science Center building. And so those are the three major projects in the Measure Q bond program that are active projects right now that we've been currently working on. And you asked about what else is going on the campus, but we really think that the Measure Q bond program provides an opportunity to really bring together the history of the college along with looking forward to the future. So as I like to someone else told me this once, that it's sort of a nod to the past and a tip to the future. And so with that, it really encompasses a lot of different elements through these projects. And so you'll see a lot of different changes in your physical environment, some of which will have some history towards it, and some of which will have a lot of modern technology and other elements to the projects.
Mm-hmm. So you kind of touched on my question for you, but can you maybe explain a little bit more about the timeline for some of these projects, and can you maybe go into a little bit more about what benefits these will be for students?
Sure. The Central Plant Site Utility Project is really about 70% through the total project construction timeline. So we anticipate being complete with this project by the new year. So by January of 2018, we should be done and wrapping up the project through the spring. So what that means for students, when you return, for instance, in the fall semester, you see a portion of this that we're standing here today being developed. We are turning over the hardscape, the new walkways, as we complete the underground utility infrastructure work. And then you see that transformation come through with covering up the ground, then putting back some hardscape sidewalks, and then the last element and features will be landscaping. So as we progress through to the fall semester and through the end of the fall semester, what you'll see is a transformation that really works its way down from the east end of campus down to the west end of campus. And so what you see actually coming forward through right now is some of the work going on, for instance, on the Dunlap building area. Right outside of Dunlap, we're building a new outdoor amphitheater that can be used for classes, outdoor activities and events, pop-up tents for student activities. We created an atmosphere in the amphitheater where you can actually set up several tents and canopy type styles for booths and events. We've also created an area where they could have performances potentially. We have sound outside features for people to plug in with speakers, lighting, and then another couple other features. As we go down the mall, you will see the new fountain. The new fountain will be with a plaza and have a canopy, trellis that will be created, a lot of outdoor seating areas, and you'll see a real whole new transformation of what we call the main quad. And so you see only a portion of that right now, but if you can envision that transformation all the way down, all the way to the end of campus, that's really what you'll see when you return back to campus at the end of fall semester and the beginning of the new year.
Thank you.
Definitely. Well, it definitely shows that there's, it's a work in progress.
Mm-hmm.
It being that its nature, what were some of the challenges as far as like helping students and faculty, navigate their way through the entire construction?
I think that is an extreme challenge for the project in itself, given that it's an infrastructure project. A lot of other projects that we'll be working on, like the Science Center in Johnson, you're really in a particular location of work behind a certain fence line. This particular project involved infrastructure utility work, which, as you know, circles the entire interior of the campus and exterior along the perimeter of the campus through Campus Road. And so I think the biggest challenge has been coordinating and communicating really in a timely fashion the changes in our fence lines, for instance, as you all know and experience on a regular basis. Having those changes, quite frequently as we make progress, putting in lines, working in different areas and concurrent areas, not just one isolated area. So I would say that's been really one of the biggest challenges of the project, is being able to communicate those changes and inform faculty, informing students, informing community members that when you come onto campus, it's an active construction site. It's not one location. Right. It's pretty much almost your entire campus is being worked on. And so that's been one of, I would say, the biggest challenges of this particular project.
Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Sure, thank you for having me.
Definitely, that helped out so much, and now we know exactly the grand potential we have here.
Yeah, no, great. We're looking forward to it. Starting your Science Center project and your Johnson New Student Center, those are the next upcoming projects that you'll hear about in the next year or so. So we're really excited about those two projects as well. So thank you for having me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
With all of the dirt and trucks on campus, it's hard to imagine what everything will look like when the construction crews leave. These artist renderings give us an idea of what the campus will look like. The new quad area will have more seating areas for students in the form of semicircle seating areas and square benches. These areas will also have power outlets. New paths cutting through the campus are expected to have landscaping that uses less water than traditional landscaping. A new outdoor amphitheater is expected to be a place where events like career fairs and club meetings can take place. It will be outfitted with theater-grade lighting and a sound for outdoor performances. A new fountain is also expected. Walkways on the west and east sides of the campus are expected to be open in fall 2017.
Anyone can make their mark at Centennial College with the Brick Campaign. The College Foundation is raising funds for their Centennial Scholarship Program. For $100, you can purchase a brick and personalize it. The brick can be up to 3 rows and 20 characters. The bricks will be placed around a tree between the library and administration building. Go to sac.edu and click on Foundation for more information about the Brick Campaign or to buy your brick online.
We'll be right back with a special look at what happened to the music building this semester.
Part of the reason why I chose online classes was because it gave me the ability to plan my study schedule around my busy work schedule and busy life. I am a mother of 3 kids and they have a very busy lifestyle, so I have to be able to attend to that. Typically when I get home, I make dinner and then from there, about 4, 5, 6 hours, I'm online studying, reading, doing the homework, doing all the assignments, so very busy. Right now I'm taking Accounting 102 as well as Community Studies, and then my next class is Calculus, Business Calculus. But since it is online, they're accelerated courses, so you take 2 classes the first 8 weeks and then the next set of classes the next 8 weeks. My benefits are the fact that I'm not having to go to a traditional classroom and go to campus on a day-to-day basis. Like I said, I do have kids and a family that I have to attend to, so being able to do it at home, I'm able to be here physically for my kids if anything were to happen. I have taken on-campus classes. They do take a lot more time since you're away from home, so it's more social, more interactive with students, but online classes are the same way. The only difference is that your online classroom is a virtual classroom. A lot of the times you interact with students on the discussion board, so it's kind of nice to collaborate with the students there. Some teachers are more open to either email. I had one actual instructor or professor, he was open to text messaging, so if I ever had a question, I just text messaged him my question and what class I was in, and he responded right away. So they're very open. As long as you use your resources, you'll have everything at your disposal. The only advice I would suggest is be open to reaching out to your peers and your professors. Utilize all the resources that the school provides you, so that way you're able to be successful in your courses. Students should know that online classes are for people, like I said, that are self-motivated. You definitely are a person that needs to not procrastinate, and as long as you are that type of person, then you're capable of doing your best. I do move along faster in these classes because the 16-week courses are crammed into an 8-week course. So with that being said, you're doing like 2 chapters a week versus a chapter a week. I am looking to graduate this spring and transferring to Cal State Fullerton. So I'm very close.
Just weeks before the beginning of spring semester, the engineers found the music building structurally unsound.
And I got the story of the music department's move into the U building. This post-apocalyptic landscape was the U building, which was scheduled for demolition. Today, however, the building has new life as the music department's temporary home.
Folks from the district had to come over here with architects and actually design a music department for us. There were the rooms that you're seeing here, they weren't configured at all like what you're seeing. They were, they were just open spaces, or some of the spaces were in a state of disarray because of the planned demolition.
The facility here is a lot cooler this semester.
Students and professors are happy with the new facilities, and they don't want to abandon the U building. But they know in the fall they will have to return to their old building.
I guess we have to summarize it. They did such a good job that we don't want to leave. But we know that we knew that we'd have to move out of here again.
Reporting on construction, I'm Katie Licari, Santa Ana College News.
And that will wrap up this special construction episode of SAC News.
Thank you for joining us here on campus for our last show of the school year, and don't forget to check out our Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. We'll return next fall with new shows.